Okay, hello everyone. Today is Thursday, August the 17th, and we are going to continue in our new study of healing. This doesn't really have a title yet. It comes from our sessions of I Am, and then a couple of weeks ago we had a session where we would have what was spirituality, how it affects your healing or how it affects your mental health. That's what it was. And uh, so we decided that we would put, excuse me, this would be a great place where we can synthesize all of our modalities together and in this one place of healing. So let's begin in prayer. Would anyone like to start us off in prayer? Okay, I will. So let's just all settle back for a moment. Allow ourselves to be still. Know that everything that came before this moment and everything that comes after this moment is in its own place and its own time. And that we understand that there is only one source. This one source is truth, light, and life. This one truth holds us into the fullness of itself, so that my individual light shines as a place in Harriet. That's you with your papers? Harriet. That you with the papers?
Yes.
Yeah, can we stop for a minute?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks. And in this place, we can hold our stillness and hold our place, understand that in this one light, life, love, and happiness, this is where peace resides. This is where healing resides. And we are all equal and available to healing. Our bodies can heal themselves all the time. We don't have to, maintain and be attached to sickness or death or frustration or anger or any negative emotion. We can hold on to the fact that all of our being is renewable, rechargeable, revitalizing, and everything that we do can and will hold that truth firmly. And with that, I say, and so it is. Okay, so one of the things that we wanted to talk about today, and so I'll let Harriet. Harriet was rustling through her papers because I had asked her if she could, look up some information about the sacral chakra and the solar plexus.
Solar plexus,
yeah. Because since we are beginning our search into energy, re-energizing and revitalizing ourselves, because basically we are energetic beings. Our systems are electromagnetic. Our systems are magnetic. Our systems are, each opposite, like our head to our feet are polarizing energy. And our circulatory system, whether it's through our veins and our capillaries in our bodies, or whether it has to do with the energy being that is surrounding in our aura, in our electromagnetic fields. All of these things have to do with the energy that flows to and through and from our bodies. So that's why, when if you bump into somebody or somebody just gets really, really close to you, you can feel their energy. You know, even if you just right now, you just want to put your hand as close to your body as possible without touching it, you could feel that energy shifting and moving. So one of the things that we that in this study that we're doing then, and what I was studying this during the past week. So let me ask this question before we really get started. Who had an opportunity to either boost your immune system with lemons or ginger or ginseng? Well, I took the
Well,
opportunity. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, I use lemons a lot, and I use, it's funny you should ask, because I just got a big chunk of ginger root, excuse me, when I went to the store this last week, and I haven't used it yet, because what I do is I grate it before I use it, but I try as best I can most of the time. I try to, especially when I'm using herbs and roots and things like that, to use them fresh from their natural state. Even I can't think of it now. It begins with a T. Turmeric. I buy the turmeric root because, first of all, it's cheaper when you boil it down than it is. And when you get it fresh like that in its natural form, it hasn't deteriorated so as to lose the strength that you can receive from it. When you buy buy it in its natural form, or able to obtain it in its natural form, whether you grow it or you buy it.
Thank you. Yeah, and then you can use it in, you can use a lot of different ways, especially when it's fresh. Yeah, when it's
Exactly.
fresh, you can use it. You can make it
Exactly.
into a tea. You can ground it up. You can dry it. You can use it as a talisman. You can use so you can have so we have a lot of different options and opportunities. And but what I did this week, I used lemon, honey, and ginger. Honey was that carrier. I can never think of what the word is. It's a carrier. So the honey, I mean the lemon and the ginger, I use in as a tea every morning. And but a couple of mornings I added in some vinegar, or I added in some garlic, just to help cleanse my liver, because I I like to drink, so got to do a liver got to do a liver cleanse every now and then. So but I noticed for me that 2 days 2 days is enough of liver cleansing, and I can't do it back to back. So I can't use honey, lemon, ginger, garlic, and vinegar for like 3 days in a row. It just upsets my
Gotcha.
stomach. It just upsets my stomach now. I don't know whether it's just me, or or if it's my body, or sometimes in healing, in the process of healing, you got to do a little bit at a time. That's why you take medicine 3 times a day instead of all at one time.
Right. Well, I use a detox tea as opposed to making those natural things. And maybe I should try your way of doing it, because it is a bit more natural than using tea. But I get a detox tea and I do that. Now, their instructions are to do it for 2 weeks straight, and then back off. But what I do is I do it every other day. And that way I don't have to keep track of, okay, is it time to stop or is it time to, kind of thing. Well, I do keep a health diary. I'm not.
Who did we lose?
I think we lost Miss Harriet.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, did you have an opportunity, Andre, to use any of the healing things that we talked about last week?
Actually, I will be honest, no, I didn't. It did slip my mind, but I have to be honest about what's going on. Me personally, I don't really have too much of an appetite right now. I've been trying to figure out if it's just from the heat. Um, it's just I can take a bite of something and I'm full.
Right.
I don't have to sit down and eat 3-course meals. So I'm like, okay, it's my metabolism, and it's not anything that I haven't witnessed before because I'm not a big eater. I mean, I'm not really a big eater anyways. I like food just the same as everybody else does, but I'm not really a big, a big eater. Thanksgiving, Christmas, yeah, I'm gonna throw down. Half of the time you're gonna find me eating out the pot.
So right now, since it is like concerning you a little bit, or you're noticing it, might not necessarily be a concern, but it's so maybe you just need to, when you do eat, pack it with as much nutritional value as you possibly can. Just don't, just don't grab a piece of fried chicken because you haven't eaten today.
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of like I'm at. I'm kind of like, all right, you haven't eaten today. You got to eat something.
Yeah, so you might want to just,
But I'm not interested. But that's the funny thing. I'm not. It's not that I'm not hungry. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying it when it's time to eat. It's like, okay, my stomach is. Yes, it's time to eat something. Okay, let's eat something light. I really don't like this. I really don't like this.
Well, that might be something, that might be, you can, there are all kinds of, I don't know if you like juices, like the naked juices. Have you ever had any of the naked juices?
That's why I'm kind of listening to you all because I'm trying to figure out, maybe right now I'm just, maybe right now my body is not into eating the way that it used to, which is I'm a little guy, so I'm gonna eat meat, but I don't want meat. I don't, and it's easier for me to get a hamburger here or like you say, grab a piece of fried chicken or, bake some, versus buying vegetables and other things. I go to the grocery store and I think the way, I think for filling instead of, wait a minute, you don't eat like that right now. You're not eating like that right now.
Can I make a suggestion? I get fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. Now, the other day, when I went to the store, they had some nice looking kale in the store. So I got some, and I said, and I decided I was going to roast it, make some kale chips, or bake it. Not really my cup of tea. I don't think I'll try that again. But what I was going to say is, do you have a good blender?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
not a lot. No,
yeah, so
I'm not allowed to drink tequila no more. The kids said I can't drink tequila no more. So.
Well, one of the things that you might want to do is just give yourself, put some raisins, some almonds, get some naked drinks, You know, just buy a couple of them. You know, usually
Mhm.
if you drink, you can drink half in the morning and half in the afternoon. They're very, very filling and very nutritious, and they're delicious to me
When
too.
you say, right,
Huh?
well, and when you say naked drinks, what do you mean? When you say
That's the
naked
name of the
drinks, what do you
product,
mean?
Naked. It's a drink
Mm,
called Naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
drink
I
called
see.
Naked.
okay.
Yeah,
And
um, yeah. You can they
where do you get it?
everywhere.
Okay,
Everywhere.
because I'm not a fan, and I've been having this conversation um with a couple other family members as well. My mom talks about this. She has an appetite very similar to mine. We're little people. We don't gotta eat that big. And
Mm-hmm.
she likes the Ensures or the Boosts. I don't like milk and I don't like chocolate.
So then
So
don't drink that.
yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, don't drink that.
so I've been trying to figure out something that I can a supplement that I can kind of deal with because I don't really care for milkshakes and things like that. So,
Hmm. Well, try
I mean,
Naked because it's just juice. It's
yeah,
spinach juice, kale juice, apple juice. You know, all those different juices together.
okay.
And like if you do get a blender, it would be the blenders are things that you can juice your own drinks with. Especially in the summertime, a lot of times you don't like to have a heavy meal, but fruits and vegetables in the summertime,
Mhm.
um, the things that are in season, those are the things that you might not
Mm.
want to eat, as much, but you just steam some corn, steam a couple of ears of corn, or um, have some, tomatoes and cucumbers, something like
Yeah,
it's something, something that if you are going to eat, you'll eat nutritiously, you'll eat it for your body's sake and not necessarily because just to stave off of hunger,
yeah.
or yeah, because one of the things that we did want to talk about today, I did want to talk about is our brain functions and how our emotions affect our body chemistry.
Oh, yes.
Um, Here.
Um, Getting back to the blender thing, Andre, what I would do
That's your
is
daddy. You can.
if I were you,
Yeah.
I would invest in myself and get a good blender and then get fresh fruit. I prefer the fruit as opposed to the vegetables. I do throw in a little bit of spinach every now and then, but make what I call smoothies. And you just take the whole fruit, put it in with a little bit of water. If you want a little bit more energy or protein, add a bit of Greek yogurt and put it in the blender and whip it up until it is liquefied. And for me, that could be a whole meal. And I do sometimes in the morning, as opposed to having something else. I'll make a smoothie.
She's having a hard time on her system today. Um, yeah. But those are the things that we want to just to kind of try to get into our consciousness and our awareness of being, because if we want our bodies to be the utmost ready for its ascension, and that's what we want to ascend not only consciously, but we want our bodies to ascend as well. So these are some of the things that
Mhm.
some of the areas that we look at. One of the things that I did want to talk about is the connection between our emotions and our gut health. that Harriet, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you keep falling
I
off.
don't know what's wrong with this thing this morning. Yeah, it keeps going on and off.
Yeah. So one of the things we wanted to talk about is our emotions and our gut health. Because they are very much connected. You know, our solar plexus is described as our, you know, the brain of the stomach. So, you know, if you know,
Yeah.
one of the things that, you know, like some of the words that I just wanted to talk about is our limbic system. Our limbic system that has to do with our brain stem, our cerebral cortex, and let's see, and the amygdala. So these things help us identify an emotion. Say if you're washing the dishes, and you know, it's just, you know, it's just a Tuesday night and you're just washing dishes, you know, that, you know, your brain doesn't have to calculate, you know, an emotion toward it. But if it's, you know, Tuesday night, you got to wash the dishes because, you know, your favorite show is coming on and everything is late. Now you're frustrated while you're washing dishes. Now that frustration is going to cause an upset in your stomach, and your amygdala or brains or your brain system is going to remember this emotion as frustration. So the next time you go to wash dishes, you don't understand why you're frustrated. And then you're picking out things that, you know, you're picking out things that may have occurred in your life, but your body is remembering the frustration from that once upon a time Tuesday night when you were just trying to hurry up and watch your show, and your body became and you had some frustration. So one of the things that you want to do is whatever it is, whatever emotion that you're feeling, especially if it's a negative emotion, you want to just pause, take a moment to breathe, and find out where that emotion is coming from. Is it a real emotion that's taking place in your life now, that's affecting you now? Is this emotion something that you've been experiencing for quite some time, and now you can live past it? Or is this an emotion that doesn't really that you know there's no need for holding on to it. So Harriet, you can help me out a little bit with the solar plexus in understanding how that affects our how that affects our gut health.
Well, when the solar plexus is out of balance, if we have excessive energy, we tend to, as you mentioned, get frustrated and all. And one of the ways to calm down, and I love this commercial, but it's a commercial that they do on television. They advertise NPR for kids, or public radio, public television for kids. And this woman comes on, she talks about how she likes it because I think the character is Daniel. I'm not familiar with it, but the commercial is just so applicable, not just for kids, but for adults. And they sing this little song, and they say, take a deep breath, count to 4. And it's a little song that they sing with it. And when we find ourselves in a situation like that, and our solar plexus, and you always talk about, I have a gut feeling, or I have butterflies in my stomach. These are all the solar plexus responding to situations that could be exciting us or troubling us or whatever the situation is, but we feel it in our gut or solar plexus, and to use affirmations to try and calm.
Oh, right on the affirmation part. So she'll be back in a minute. Yeah, so so this is one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about too, is some of the some I want okay, well she'll be back in a minute. So in a
I'm
minute.
here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're back. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this thing this morning. It keeps going in and out.
Okay, so you were on the affirmation.
Yeah, the affirmations. I am decisive. I make clear choices. I take healthy risks. I commit to my direction in life. I am open to possibilities. I am empowered to live my best life. Just, to kind of keep yourself in check. And whenever you have a feeling in your gut, pay attention to it. What's it trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe when I start to rattle on too much, that's when it says, all right, shut up. Time for you to shut up. Oh man.
Yeah, last week we talked a little bit about things that we can use as excuse me, to help boost our energies. Like we talked about some of the different herbs that we could use, like spearmint, the mints, ginger, the warming spices, cinnamon.
And surprisingly enough, basil is also in the mint family.
Yes.
I found that.
Capsicum, which is any type of heated pepper. So like the capsicum is in the skin and the flesh, but you can ground up the seeds as well. So all of that is good for your circulatory system. It's good for your I don't know, someplace it's your stomach. Your stomach, I want to say, not I think it's the stomach, the liver, and the intestines. Where that really helps your solar plexus area. So yeah, so we just want to be pay attention to what your emotion is at the moment. If we pay attention to if we're watching a movie and the movie makes us sad, then we might want to do some type of cleansing herb, something later on before we go to bed, especially before we go to bed, to cleanse our mind so that that saddened emotion, because your body doesn't know the difference. The body don't know that it was a TV show. All your body knows is that we have had some sadness, we have some depression, and we're going to either hold on to it to keep to put it in with this whole box of depression that we got, or we're going to use this later on to to figure out some other mode. So if we cleanse ourselves all the time of whatever emotion that we're experiencing, our bodies stay fresh and light and without holding on to anything. Are you still with us, Andre?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Do you have any questions or comments?
No, I was just kind of listening to what you were just saying. and as far as what we are so naive that our bodies can hold on to, um the experiences, the emotions that we relate to, we can also hold on to because we can relate to them. So I think it's also, I think what you're saying right there is a great way to practice of understanding what we're feeling and why we're feeling it at that point in time, and cleansing yourself from that feeling, because usually you kind of, if you're, I mean, an example is, if you are, well, example for me, if I'm having a great evening and I get pulled over by the damn police for no apparent reason, just hypothetically speaking, and yeah, I got my license back, so I ain't worried about that.
Right.
So, but if I'm just so happens pulled over, and for um something as simple as a tail light or anything like that, that triggers an emotion. Now it may not be, oh, I'm going to jail or anything like that, but it triggers an emotion. The first thing that I think that goes through my head is NWA, fuck the police.
Hmm. Right.
What do you want? Why are you bothering me? It could be something as simple as, hey man, I want to let you know you got a nail in your tire.
Hmm.
But just automatically my reaction, is going to be it's going to be a jerk reaction, because I'm used to, um
The danger of driving while black.
I'm used to driving. I'm used to being black or not. I'm in Virginia. They lock your ass up no matter what color you are if you drive it.
Okay.
So it's just driving, like, okay, what have I done wrong for this officer to stop me? And he could be stopping me to say, hey, your tire's going flat, or something like that. But the normal jerk is gonna be in that way and that's because I've had to digest, and I'm pretty sure you all have too as well. It's not a
Got that right.
situation like that. It's just in you cringe. We cringe when it comes to something that you feel that you've done wrong, or that you have misplaced, or um it's not in order. So when something is being corrected, or you feel that it's being corrected, we can feel that pull and that tug, and usually we feel it in our guts. So I do agree with what you're saying. It's something that you have to let go of and understand, and learn how to breathe through what you're feeling.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
And
also keep in mind,
no, go ahead.
I was going to say, also keep in mind that our thoughts are usually the beginning of something. And those thoughts can be in the conscious mind, or they could come from the subconscious mind. And when we have negative thoughts that trigger uneasy feelings, find a way to get rid of them, you know?
Hmm.
And again, and I don't think that is taught. I don't think that is taught. I think that's something, and I don't think that no one can teach someone that. It's something that you have to kind of learn individually on your own. I mean, we can have a discussion about it, but we've all witnessed it before we had the discussion about it. Our parents
Yeah.
didn't tell us
Mhm.
this.
But those are
Exactly.
those are those psychological triggers that do
Mhm.
affect our not only our mental status but our physical status as well. So our
Mm,
physiology and
Exactly.
our psychology, they go hand in hand. It's just that we have believed in separation for such a long period of time that we see everything as separate.
mhm,
And that's one of the
Exactly.
things that I think that because we as a group in Inner Haven, we are learning to ascend. That's what my whole thing about is ascending, so I don't have to come back here no more.
mhm.
It's all about me, y'all. I might as well let you know now. This is all about me.
Funny, Hey, don't you think we all have selfish reasons for being here?
So one of the
Yeah.
things,
But as a
and-
group, we're stronger.
yeah, yeah. And this is where we learn, and then we not only can, because we weren't taught that because they didn't know that. But
Mhm.
now that we know it,
Exactly.
now we can teach that. We can teach that to our children.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
Derica, she watches Killer Clowns from Outer Space every single day. But then we also have to, I,
I
I,
had that
I make her
DVD. I
balance.
went through.
I make her balance that out with I am statements. At at the end of the day, because
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
have to, in order to, and because I do understand that, although it's a campy show, she's 6, and and these clowns mean something, and I don't know what it is building into her persona. So,
Mhm.
as I am allowing her to have that, I also want her to understand, okay, first of all, it's not real, it's all pretend, but I want you to build yourself up so that you won't feel disquieted because you happen to be out at, at the 7-Eleven, or your car break down on the interstate and there's woods all around, you know.
Mhm.
So I want
Mhm.
her to be able to, just still maintain a level of confidence that comes, that so that when you are in a negative or frightening situation, you don't have to be frightened because of some
Because you know
past
how to knock
event,
somebody block off. You can knock
or that
somebody block off.
you just scared from some past event that happened to you when you were 6, and now you're 37, and you're not relating the two things, the two incidents together. So, that's
Right.
one of the, and that's one of the things that I know that I wasn't taught, but I do know how to teach this and how
Mhm.
to live it.
Mhm.
So, um, so yeah, so whatever emotion that we're feeling in our minds, and whatever we're thinking, that is going to go into our flesh and into our bodies. So, and our body holds on to everything. Our body holds on. That's why we can catch cancer, because our bodies hold on. They're sponges. This flesh is like a sponge,
Mhm.
so it holds on to all of the emotions, all of the sicknesses that we just happen to walk through. If we're walking through a crowd of people, if we are intimately involved with somebody, we can become, diseased by whatever their thing is. If somebody's just mean and grouchy all the time, if I live with you for 35 years, now I'm mean and grouchy all the time. I didn't start off like that. I caught it from you. you know. So these are these are the things that we are understanding to heal, to heal our bodies. So I did want to talk about crystals a little bit, because that's another modality that we can add in here. Um, these crystals are some crystals that help bring us energy. Pyrite, which is fool's gold. How come this isn't? I tell you, my
Mhm.
there we go. Hopefully, there we go. Okay. So pyrite, which is fool's gold, it looks like this. I don't know why my computer is looking like, but sometimes it does look kind of silverish, but mostly it looks gold. Y'all have seen pyrite before, right?
Yeah.
I believe
Okay.
so.
So
I have some on my shrine, so.
okay. So carrying a piece of pyrite with you, or if like you don't have enough energy in your body for whatever reason, put your pyrite in the sun so that the sun can energize your pyrite, and just take a 5-10 minute meditation, or just to lie flat on your back. Put the pyrite either on your third eye or on your solar plexus, and that's right below the navel, correct? Carry out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
So
the solar plexus is just above the navel. It's
just
between the
above the
navel.
navel.
Yeah,
Okay.
between the navel and the heart.
Okay. So and you can
You
do
did
this
say
with
the solar plexus, right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can do this with any of these healing stones. So pyrite is one. All of the quartzes, smoky quartz, rose quartz, clear quartz, all of these are, all of these bring energy to the mind and body. They're very cleansing. They're very eliminating. And so that would kind of like go along with your root chakra idea.
Mhm.
Citrine is another good is another good energizing crystal. Citrine also is one for money, brings in money, brings in prosperity, brings in abundance, it brings in health. So you would want to you can either put this citrine on your heart chakra or your solar plexus. All these can go on, any of the alignments with our chakras. Another one is red jasper. What you laughing at, T? You got some red jasper?
No, I don't. I actually I have blue.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. I love Jasper.
I love jasper too. So your red jasper is one of the things that brings in uh, strength and vitality. Black onyx. I have green and red onyx as well, but this state, and I can understand that black onyx along with hematite and what's another black stones? Black spinel. All of those black stones hold energy. So that, like if you are feeling a lot of negativity in your body, it's good to or surrounding you, it's good to focus and concentrate, either burn a black candle or have your black stones either surrounding you or one of you or of a card by choice. Say you can use the devil card because that has the tower card. You can surround those with your black stones, put all of that energy in there, and then then cleanse all of those items separately, and that will help eliminate the negativity out of your life. So that brings in the vital energy as well.
I was just thinking, why are these exercises or these exercises being why were we taught as youngsters that these were all things of evil, the devil? Because they're to me they're it's
Yeah.
it yeah it keeps us healthy and happy. Best way I can phrase it.
Um,
To practice all these things.
yeah. Uh, Me personally, and I don't want to, I think that it comes from different continents. Like in the continent of Africa, there were people who understood that there was a darker magic and a lighter magic,
Mm-hmm.
and they were both accepted. One was needed in one area and one was needed in another area. It was just as, one nighttime is just as important as daytime. So but I think in Europe it was fear based on the darker side,
Mm.
had more fear attached to it than the lighter side. And in the
Hey,
lighter side, that was so specialized that only certain people could be it, but anybody could be dark.
mm.
So I think that's me. And when by the time it came over here, you know, where you did have a group of people that used their their darker side, because they understood that this is some darkness over here, so we got to fight darkness with darkness. So when we were using our darker side, their lighter side became their lighter side became frightened because they didn't understand it. They didn't understand it and wasn't willing to understand. That's what I think.
And I think you're on point there. It has stopped now, but just to let you know, I keep getting, remember I told you the other day about a phone call?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting them again.
What
Where's
kind of
your
phone
phone?
call? Oh, from Wazion. Wazion! He got my phone. He probably got my phone. Wazion, where's my phone? Stop calling people, man. Go get your black phone. Yeah, give me that. Thank you. Go get your black phone. Thank you, Harriet.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay. Like I said, all of the quartzes. And I don't know what this one is. Malachite. Does anybody know has anybody seen this before?
I have,
It's very
but
pretty.
it is. I have, but because I have not been working with my beads and stuff for a while, I don't remember it because in doing my bead work, that's how I became interested and got involved in the different crystals and stones and
Right. Oh,
and
and
all.
tiger's eye too. So
Oh,
just whenever you get a chance, and so this week, so it's 11:50. So we had a chance, we had an opportunity to. Wazion, be quiet. We had an opportunity to talk about the limbic system, which
mhm.
is which has to do with our brain stem, our cerebral cortex, and our amygdala. One of these days we'll just get a little bit more into just brain systems, because our brain functions are really important.
Mm.
Um,
I did a course in Udemy a while back, and I'm trying to remember the exact title of it, but it went into all of that and it explained all of that. I'm gonna go back and review it and share it
okay,
with you. Yeah.
yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we had some discussions on that. I didn't really discuss too much about aromatherapy, but just remember that from last week we talked about rosemary oil, spearmint oil. I think what was one of them was Baroli, I want to say. All of the citruses,
Hmm.
all of the citrus oils. Oh, and lavender. Lavender is kind of like that catch-all one that everything works for that.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so that's pretty much it for our session today. Oh, I did want to say that with the tarot and with the cards, because we are looking at swords. Swords are very vital for energy. Any of the major arcane that has swords, like the emperor, the chariot also has to do with
Hmm.
strength. Strength by itself is strength, of course. Um, the sun
Hmm.
has brings in a lot of energy. All of the swords you want to stay away from, like the five of swords, the seven of swords, and the nine of swords. All of those swords drain energy and have basically are about the shadow side. Even in upright, they're they mostly demonstrate the shadow side of beings. So So if you're looking to have energy, so we can throw it in those other couple of modalities as well as so yeah, so that's it. So what did y'all think about today's session, and how can you apply any of it to your lives? Or what do we need to do better or different, or y'all tell me.
Well,
Go
kind
ahead,
of so.
Andre. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, again, y'all taught me something, and it's always good to be with you all. So get a blender. Get a blender. Get a blender. You 40 years old and you don't got a blender, boy. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Your mama taught you better than that. So
Yeah,
definitely,
there's more than just drinks.
I mean, they told me I could drink tequila no more. So, but
Don't
yeah,
need that.
don't need no blender then. So, yeah, but get a blender and definitely pay attention to my digestion and how it's changing as things are occurring. I'm not that I'm not I don't have the same habits of eating that I did when I was 21,
Right.
you know. So paying attention to those things and little by little incrementing them in to how I'm doing will definitely put my mind first of all, which all three stems of your brain, put that in alignment, as well as my gut, which we know is from Greek mythology, was actually considered a brain as well. So that's what I've learned, and that's what I'm definitely gonna apply.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you. And what about you, Harriet?
Well, I was so busy intensely listening to Andre, the thought crossed my mind as to I know what it was. My thing is, I need to get back to keeping a daily, I called it my health diary or journal, recording everything that I ate and just paying closer attention to my daily activities and what I eat, what I take into my body and all.
Okay.
And being able to if something goes amiss, go back and look at that and decide, how to correct whatever has gone wrong.
One of the things I would like to learn how to use these modalities that because we do a lot of we do a lot of discussion, but I would like to do some like group applications, to see how, as a science experiment, see how they work. How do they, do they? I have always heard, even about money, is that the more you have condensed and combined, consolidated, it makes it grow more exponentially. It grows more. So if it does that for money, it's got to do that for spirit. I mean, that's
Exactly.
the reason that we have all of these big religions out here today, is that people became consolidated in it. So, how fantastic would it be if we are applying these things and we are living the experience of our God self, that we are walking on water and we are healing folk and we are doing all of these things. I believe that we can do it. So I think that, so hopefully within this one right here is what I hope that we can begin to learn how to practice.
Unify.
Yeah. So this is part of my this is part of my roundtable too, because I do want to figure out how do we, what kind of activity can we do so that from one week to the next week, we do that. We have that as a homework. We do that, and then we come back and we see what came from it. So I haven't figured it out, but I think that if anybody, okay, so let's say it like this. If we all have at least, we all got cards. So let's focus on the sun card and do in whatever type of root. Like, yeah, I know Harriet, you mentioned you had ginger. Andre, you got some. I know you said you have pyrite and tiger's eye. So why don't we? Huh?
I don't take that off. I wear tiger's eye.
Okay, but you have it, right? Yeah. So let's use all of these things in a focused and concentrated way. However y'all want to use it. Whether you want to drink a tea, Harriet, or we all have sun cards that we can either pull a day, meditate on it for a while. Let's just see what happens from this Thursday to next Thursday using this thing based on the amount of energy that we will see that our bodies reserve. Okay.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for homework. So exciting. All right, well then that's it for today. Now this evening we have flight from 7 to 8:30. What else do we have? Tomorrow we don't do anything tomorrow. Saturday you're doing the Book of Enoch, right?
I may have to work Saturday, so let me get back with you.
Okay, yeah, let me know, because we can still do something if we don't do that. Right.
Let me
we can take the day off. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, let me double check that schedule. So I'll get back with you when I go to work a little bit later to find out what they want to do.
Okay. And then on Sunday we have Science of Mind. Yes, with Reverend Sakina. Well, then that's it for everybody. Unless anybody has anything else they would, they think about or want to say or do, or that's it. Okay. Would anyone like to close us out in prayer?
I can.
Okay.
Let us take in a full, deep, cleansing breath. And as we exhale, letting go of all the negativity, diseases, illnesses, lack and poverty. And we are grateful. We want to thank and be grateful for this time that we've spent together, looking at how we can use all of the things that we learn as a group, utilizing that information to help us grow stronger, more energetic, and better citizens of the universe. We are grateful for this time we spend together. We are grateful for the support that we give each other. And we're grateful for the wisdom and knowledge that we gain and understanding that we gain when we are together as a group. For all of these, we are eternally grateful. And with that, I say, let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. That was beautiful. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Okay, gotta go, y'all.
See y'all later.
See you
Love
later.
you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.